Ooh, hello everyone. Come on, man. Get up. You can do it. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can make it. How's it going, everybody? How you guys been? I'm a little strangely dressed at the moment. For the past few days, I've had this passenger in the back of my car ever since Halloween, and it's time for him to go to his home for a while. In the storage. Hey, get your head on straight, buddy. Pull yourself together. Just stand right here for a second. Ah, you lazy bones. This guy, man. Oh, I almost forgot about the top hat, too. Halloween is over. Dapper Day over. So I had to clean out my car today. Mr. Dapper's top hat can rest right here. Mr. Lazy Bones can take a seat in here and protect the archives. Ooh, getting kind of crazy in here. I could open a museum. I got all kinds of wacky stuff, some of which I really need to sell at like a yard sale or something pretty soon. Some of this stuff was great to have in videos, but man, holding on to it, starting to feel crazy in here. It's like I'd be having everything but the Ark of the Covenant. And more stuff keeps coming. People send me weird stuff all the time. Not to mention all the weird stuff that I come across or pick up just to put in the videos. But a lot of that stuff, luckily, I don't really need to hang on to. It's just I haven't found a good way to pass it on yet. I was watching American Pickers one time, and there was this guy that sold them something, I can't remember what. But anyway, they were really surprised that this guy was gonna let this particular object, whatever it was, go. And I remember the dude said, the point of life is not owning all the toys, it's getting to play with all of the toys. Which is so true, right? It's cool to have something for a while, look at it, get it on film, admire it. But I don't see that much point in holding on to stuff like that forever. Once you've had it for a while, why not pass it on and let someone else have a turn? All right, today I've mostly cleaned out my car, got an oil change, and I got my radiator serviced. Now it's time for the car wash. Okay. Whoa, it's cleaning my undercarriage. Whoa. Oh, okay, here we go. See, all this car stuff has to happen today because tomorrow I'm heading out back on the road. So I gotta keep today's video short and sweet because I've been doing all these crazy errands. I've been home for over a month, survived Halloween, Dapper Day out of the way now, and then of course, the election. Had to replace one of my microphones for the camera for going outside yesterday. Spent some time with my kids, spent some time with my girlfriend, spending some quality time with my car today, getting it ready. I even bought a brand new shirt, which I didn't wash before wearing, so it's very stiff and uncomfortable. And of course, I saw my doctor today. The robots are talking to me. I got the extra fancy car wash with all the bells and whistles. Do you really think it makes a difference in these things? Like in a drive-through car wash, does the tri-foam and sealant like actually do anything, or I don't know. Time to drive forward for the dryer. Clean me! Clean me! Clean me! I always go way too fast through the dryer part. I really gotta learn to slow down. It's gonna get dirty again anyway. And now time to get a little gas. Okay, gas tank is now full. You know, I was just thinking about my storage. You know how I said I have everything but the Ark of the Covenant? That reminds me, I wanna show you guys something. Check this out. How cool is that? Look at this. It's the Ark of the Covenant. Yesterday I had to stop by my friend Count Stankus's house to pick this up. This is an Imperial Dignitary action figures from Star Wars, from the vintage Star Wars stuff. This guy is basically in the background of one scene where Darth Vader goes up to see the Emperor in Return of the Jedi. It's kind of rare because most kids really didn't want an Imperial Dignitary figure to play with, so Count Stankus snagged one for me. Anyway, everybody knows about vintage Star Wars action figures, but what a lot of people don't realize is that Kenner, the same company, made Indiana Jones action figures when Raiders of the Lost Ark came out. Apparently they didn't sell that well because Raiders of the Lost Ark is really much less of a kid's movie than Star Wars really is. So even people that I know who had the original Star Wars figures when they came out were like, I didn't know they had Indiana Jones figures. Anyway, I snagged this thing for like pennies on an Instagram account that sells toys. Because I never had one. Check this out. Look at this. There's a little mummy in here. There's a block wall for Indiana Jones to break down. There's one of those things for the snake to come out of its mouth. It's missing a couple of pieces. Mostly there's a cover for the Ark. When the Ark goes in like this, there's a little cover for it. And there's a bunch of little plastic snakes. And I think like a grappling hook. But for the most part, like, you get the idea here. Pretty cool. And check out Indy. Isn't that awesome? I know it's hard to see, but his thumb is actually snapped off, which is pretty common for the Indiana Jones guys. I think the little pistol that he came with must have been too big to fit in his hand or something, because all these old figures, the thumbs snap off. His arm has a little kung fu action too, because he came with a little whip. All the Star Wars toys, their legs went straight forward. Oh, that's weird, he has no feet. Oh, we'll talk about that later. But Indiana Jones's legs go out like this, because he was meant to ride a horse. Pretty cool though, right? I never owned one of these Indiana Jones figures before, and especially really, I wanted the Ark. That is so friggin' cool. All this does though is make me wonder how many kids were stoked that this could finally happen. Look at these guys. Look at them making new friends. Kind of looks like Indy's trying to charter a flight to Alderaan to deliver the Ark. Chewie is noticing the similarities between these two guys, although I think Han Solo's a little taller than Indiana Jones. Nobody wants to hang out with this weirdo though. Bummer. Maybe it's because he looks like the Wizard of Oz, like the Wicked Witch's stepbrother or something like that. They don't want nothing to do with that. Weird. Anyway, for like 2 years I've been working on my vintage Star Wars collection, and obviously if I'm getting Return of the Jedi stuff, I'm working my way through the chain. I just love the funky look of these old toys. I'm not sure if I ever complete the collection, I'd probably just sell it and start over. I don't know. I just go mostly for the ones that are out of the package. They're cheap. I find them in weird dollar bins, or I'll find one for like a good deal online, or friends like Count Stankus will snag one for me. Speaking of which, if you're into old vintage toys, I would definitely suggest Googling Count Stankus and checking out his YouTube videos. Or if Stankus is too hard to spell, just Google Toy Room of Insanity. It's insane. So this is something I snagged for really cheap. Pretty cool. And look at what else showed up. Check this out. It's Wee Herman. When I was a kid, I loved Pee-wee's Playhouse. Actually, once it was on Netflix and I was rewatching it, I realized he's got tiki stuff in his playhouse, lots of mid-century modern stuff. I never realized it before, but Pee-wee probably was quite influential on my young, supple mind. And look at this, it's the official Pee-wee brand. Posable Wee Herman with his famous scooter and favorite helmet. The secret word is awesome. And when you hear the secret word, you scream real loud. Look at that, as seen on TV, Pee-wee's Playhouse. I love these toys so much, but they were all pulled from store shelves right as I was getting one. I think I had Globey. Yeah, I think I had the Globey and Randy. You can see they had all kinds of other figures. I never knew they had a playset for the Playhouse. They had the King of Cartoons and stuff on here. Miss Yvonne. I also never realized that these toys were made by Matchbox, the same people that make the little cars. Look at that packaging for the pull string ones and the big cherry, and then for all the little guys that go inside the Playhouse here. Still in the package since the 80s, which is awesome, although you can see the package is a little worse for wear. Dude, that is awesome. I had one of these little Pee-wees before, always wanted it. And then since Allie loved Pee-wee, I let her hold on to it. She took it home to her old home in Northern California, and then when she had to move out, she couldn't take anything, so it's gone. So now we have a new Pee-wee with his famous scooter and favorite helmet. This is awesome. Awesome! This is sacrilege to some toy collectors, but I am definitely 100% going to open this. Not only is the card that it's on very damaged, but the bubble on here is very, very yellowed. You can't really see on camera. And haven't you ever seen Toy Story? Toys are meant to be played with. Carefully, 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 carefully. Trying to keep the background artwork as intact as I can. Smells like the 80s. Oh my, oh my. Good morning. I'm here. This is amazing. Think about it. This is the first time that these things have ever been touched since they left the factory. If they were even touched in the factory. I'm the first kid to hold Pee-wee. This is amazing. Technically, he's brand new, but he's probably like, I don't know, 30, 25, 30 years old. Jeez. Let's put Pee-wee on his little scooter here. This is amazing. Much like other 80s toys, he really doesn't hold the handlebars the way you'd expect him to. All right, well, here goes nothing. Put on the helmet. Look at that. It's Wee Herman. This is the most amazing thing ever. This is awesome. Okay. This is amazing. Better. Look at that. It's Pee-wee. He's rolling around doing stuff. Sweet. This may seem stupid to some people, but childhood dream achieved. All right, I guess that's really all the time that I have for this stuff. Not just because I got to get ready for a road trip and everything, but I also really need to start this dryer, so getting a little noisier in here. There you go, Indy. Put Han and Chewie back. Ooh, I wanted to show you guys something else that I got in the mail, which is really awesome. Check this out. Check this out, get it? And it's a check, but not just any check. September 14th, 1962. Knott's Berry Farms Charity Fund made out a check to the Boys Ranch, and it was signed by Walter Knott. This is freaking awesome. A lot of people have checks like this signed by Walt Disney. Those cost thousands and thousands of dollars. I paid $50 for this check, which means that all the way since 1962, this check has been inflation-proof and kept its original value. Somehow, I've got to get a frame for this with a picture of Walter Knott. This is super awesome. Probably most theme park people and most collector type people would probably not even really care about this, but for me, this is rad. Okay. Back to the laundry. And I forgot, I gotta go back to Target. This is like 3 days in a row in Target. Where am I? Wrong section. I'm actually here because London and one of his cousins are supposed to spend the weekend together, and they want walkie-talkies. The only walkie-talkies I can see are right above the demonic robot monkey, and they're those spy gear ones. I don't know if you guys have kids, but I've purchased plenty of this spy gear stuff, or other people have for different Christmases and stuff like that for London, and it always breaks. And the worst thing in the world is when you're a kid and you're trying to talk on a walkie-talkie and it only goes like 5 feet, or the batteries last like 2 seconds, so the $12 ones are out. These ones are $30. I have a better idea. I'm just gonna come right over here and buy two-way radios. These things actually work, and they're $5 less than the walkie-talkies. Used to have these at work when I managed an apartment complex. Call the maintenance guy, like, come in, Bill. Bill, are you there? Pretty sure this is smarter than a walkie-talkie, and it'll feel like a walkie-talkie to them, you know? Solution. Okay, I am starting to get really hungry. I need to find the girlfriend aisle. I know it's really close to the baby aisle. Oh, here it is. Hi. Uh-oh. Allie has discovered the Christmas section. Oh, look it. You like that?
Yeah, it's cute.
What is it? It's a camper ornament?
Yeah.
Look at this ornament. How about a dead fish ornament? We can put this on our tree and remember the smell of dead fish.
No, I like this one.
Oh, a lantern.
It lights up.
Very Christmassy. Tim Tracker? Look at all the Christmas ornaments. Lots of Star Wars. Ooh, what's this one? A weird toilet? I was about to get excited about the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer ornaments till I remembered that Allie doesn't like that movie. But you haven't even watched that movie, right? Why don't you like that movie?
Because I like Jack Frost.
She won't watch Rudolph. She's never watched the old school Rudolph because she's bitter that Jack Frost doesn't have... He does have his own movie, right? He just doesn't have all that stuff.
Yeah. He doesn't get appreciated.
What the heck is this? Scenticles. Scented ornaments? Scenticles? Smells like Christmas. I love the way Christmas smells. Oh, that does not smell like Christmas. It smells like death. Smell this. Smell it. Does it smell like Christmas?
I like it.
You like that? It smells like Pine Sol. Ugh, maybe it gets better after it's been open for a little while. I thought it just smelled like Pine Sol, like really strong.
I like that smell.
It reminds me of the Pine Sol lady. Whatever happened to the Pine Sol lady? Wherever you are out there, Pine Sol lady, I miss you. Ugh, scenticles. You're supposed to hang it on your tree.
Ooh.
I guess if you hang it on your fake tree, you can make your tree smell like Pine Sol without having to spray your precious Pine Sol everywhere. Okay. Last thing to do before I go home and sleep well is drop this off. One of the pins got returned to sender because it was missing the apartment number, so I gotta go deliver it. Luckily, it turns out that this person who ordered the pin lives right by my old high school. So this will not be difficult for me to deliver. Check that out right there. Savannah High School. See that big sign that says Rebels? I used to sit on that thing every morning and wait for my girlfriend to get dropped off. Where'd you go to high school, Allie? Did you go to high school in Anaheim?
No.
No? Where'd you go to high school?
Sutter?
Sutter? Where's that?
Who knows?
In the country? In the country! I got myself a country girl here. Ooh. I don't think Allie likes being called a country girl. Not a fan of that, huh? No. Okay, just dropped off the package. Daniel got his pin, so we've done our duty. High five, team. High five. Now it's time to go home and pack up for a road trip. So this is where I end the video, keeping it short and sweet. I will see you guys all a little later, further on, down the road. Where am I going? Nobody knows. Not even Allie. She doesn't know. She has no clue, right? Right. Pee-wee! Pee-wee! Oh my gosh, Pee-wee! Are you okay? Thank God he was wearing his helmet. Can you imagine what would have happened if he wasn't wearing his helmet? I gotta admit, Pee-wee, that wipeout was pretty awesome.